Good afternoon and welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena as we get prepared for Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Essex Rebels and the Durham Palatinates. We've just seen the Essex Rebels women close out a 3-1 victory, 25-19, 23-25, 25-20 and 25-22 in a dramatic fourth set that saw the Rebels nearly throw away a 10-point lead, but closed out to take home all 3 points. And now it's the men's turn as they look to try and beat Durham for the third time in 3 weeks here at the Essex Sport Arena. Michael Hansen-Morris joined fresh off the court by Alexis Diaz in front. Alexis, little bit stressful fourth set,
Yeah,
but
a little bit.
Obviously big moment to get the victory and just carry some momentum through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a hard-fought game. Durham is an amazing team with some amazing players, and I think we did a really good job of coming together, especially in that fourth set when they were fighting back and making sure we sealed the deal.
Indeed, but we got to flip over to this game between Essex and Durham on the men's side in the dynamic Men's Super League. 2 of the top 5 teams going at it. As another 2 of the contenders, Mallory and Nottingham, battle out in Nottingham. And obviously these 2 teams know each other well, having played twice. What's the mentality of a week like this from a player point of view when you've already seen the opposition a couple of times?
I mean, when you've already seen a team twice, your goal, especially if you're the Essex Rebels, is to do what they've done twice before and to beat them. And if you're Durham, you're trying to prove a point that you can battle alongside them and possibly win a game.
Indeed, and we'll get more into some of these storylines as the game goes. But we'll have a now look at a little feature of our ones to watch, and we'll start with the Rebels, and we'll start with the Canadian outside, Jacob Kern.
Yeah.
Obviously, third in the Super League right now in hitting percentage. 123 kills on the season on 235 attempts. Also, a big passer in the serve-receive unit, passing at 2.3. How crucial is he to the Essex impact of being able to set up the offense?
Absolutely. Not only is he hitting a .383 on the season, but he's also a huge leader on this team. I believe he's actually the captain. So not only does he have an aggressive offense and a great passing percentage, his personality and his ability to be a captain and lead this team is essential for their success here.
And obviously a little bit of a cheat code as well with his brother setting as well. So that connection always a little bit easier for him.
Absolutely. When you've been building that connection since you were kids, I'm assuming it's probably going to be a lot easier to read your setter.
Yeah, Jacob Kern in the 2 Kerns between them, 8 aces in the last 2 games against Durham, really putting pressure on the serve-receive unit of Durham. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And we've got to talk about Che Cooper on the season, leads the team in aces at 7, but really it's the offense that prior to these couple of games, he's really dominated. 95 kills, 218 attempts. He's the go-to person for this Durham team when they need a point.
Yeah, absolutely. He's hitting really well throughout the whole entire season. I will say, last game he hit a net 0, which is not necessarily bad, but he's not putting any positive points into the floor. So it's going to be essential to get Che Cooper running and going for Durham to stand a chance against the Essex defense, especially Davin's block.
Indeed. And obviously Cooper, 26 attempts a game in the last 2 games, but only finding 15 kills on the 52 attempts. Seen him drop a little bit down the standings, but he will have help. Team coming out. They are led out by number 7, Owen Wisnowski. Number 11 is Jack Troy. Number 12, Alexi Walliser. Number 18, Andrew Boyle. Number 14, the captain, Che Cooper. And the libero for Durham is number 5, Joe Linder. Thomas Jefferson, Davian Pascal, Thomas Shatterman, and someone who I can't work out. Oh, Thomas Jefferson's changed his jersey. How useful.
It's important to note on the court, we see Thomas Jefferson starting up in the middle.
Yeah.
We have Ewan Fraser, Davin Pascal, and then we have Jacob Kern also. I think he's starting in the back. He's starting in the front row. Let me see really quickly. Yes, he'll be in the front row. So right off the bat, the Essex Rebels have a very strong front row starting, okay? We have Jacob Kern, who's obviously our player to watch today. We have Thomas Jefferson, who's made it known that he is a presence to pay attention to. And we have Ewan, who we just mentioned, was hitting within the 400s with those last 2 games he saw against Durham combined. So right away, the Rebels are not playing around. They're bringing out some of their top hitters to start this game.
Battle of 2 of the top 4 teams is a huge battle going in Nottingham. Mallory Eagles 2 sets to 1 up, but Nottingham lead by 4. as we are underway here at the Essex Sport Arena.
It's a nasty serve by Cam there.
And a huge early swing and getting the person that was being hot for them going. Alexi Wallace up on the back set into the block, and a quick point for the Palatinates.
Solid serve.
As
Great pass by Cam. Great swing by Thomas. There we go.
And Rebels return it, and we'll get to see that again on replay. The pinpoint pass, and that's where
Beautiful swing.
That's where Essex at their best, is the serve-receive units firing, and just allows the Cam Kern to be in the right position, and he can just spread the offense as needed.
Absolutely, and Thomas put pressure on that libero there too.
As
Beautiful free pass by Durham. Great cross swing. Amazing. But there might have been a questionable net call happening, but the point stays for Durham on a great cross swing. Great pass.
As Kern goes cross court, Wallace with the dig. Miscommunication by Durham. Wallace is
free ball
going to
over.
give up the free ball, nearly just
Great
about over.
Pass by Jefferson.
Linda's going to set up Cooper. Double block set up. He goes cross court. Ianu with the dig. Shudderman's going to get there in front of the bench, but now Durham have the chance. Troy's going to play it early. Cooper into the block of Jacob Kern. And that is definitely worth seeing again. Longest rally of the game, won by the Rebels.
Amazing block set up by Kern and Jefferson. You can see Kern reach in to take out that angle, and Jefferson closed that block. An amazing block set up here by the middle and outside.
As Kern off the top of the net cord, Durham scrambling again. It's going to be another free ball. Ian well under it. Kern back row for his brother, does well. And Cooper into the block, and Ewan Fraser, Thomas Jefferson there to say not so fast.
You can see you upset it very nicely on that outside hit, and Jefferson comes in and closes perfectly. Fraser and Jefferson are hard to beat on that block for Cooper.
As Shudderman waits on it, gets rejected by Troy. Both benches are at it, and you can tell this is a top four matchup, and this means the world. We saw one, we get to see this one from behind. Complete solo block with that left hand.
Absolutely.
Serve that ball toss a little bit too far in front. He has to change the plan of the attack, and that's a monster stuff by Davian Pascal. This is a blocking clinic.
Pascal lines up very well and presses cleanly over that net and pushes the ball back over. And this is where we see that he is leading the Super League in blocks, and he's letting everyone know right now.
Ninth solo stuff for Pascal. Kern pushing it out wide, and there's a monster swing by Jacob Kern. There's no way we are not seeing that one again.
It's important to note that Kern had a solo block, and if I am Durham, I am making sure as a middle blocker that we are always having two up on Kern at all times.
Blocking unit with Pascal. Jefferson on the back row, so no libero. Probably not the perfect time for that.
Not the perfect, but you have to trust Jefferson to play defense if he needs to.
As Cooper, it's not a perfect serve receive. Troy into the block. Pascal says no once again. And now it's the Rebels with set point.
And we see Pascal lines up as he's done 3 times before and presses over, presses that ball back to 6 and seals that net.
Be a big time to find one for the Scot if he could. He'll go off pace. Cooper, perfect pass. He'll get it back. Shut him in. That's going to go in court, so don't have to replay. Middle for Bakker. Ianu with one hand. Kern into the shutter. Free ball. Essex staying alive. Crowd in support. Cooper into the block. It's not over the net. And Rebels win set 1, 27-25. But that is the defense you highlighted pre-game. What a time for a dig.
Absolutely. Watching that back here real quick.
Yeah, Cooper just never got it over the net. He tried to go with the push.
Absolutely. And against Kern, that's incredibly hard to do. He gets up and seals that net so nicely. Cooper really tried to throw it off that block and unfortunately was not successful at the end of that first set.
as we have a reverse decision in Nottingham, and University of Nottingham have come from 2 sets to 1 down to beat the Mallory Eagles. 3 sets to 2, 15-10 in the tie-break. So Essex Rebels have a chance to go clear at the top if they can close this out. The Rebels winning set 1, 27-25, as Durham will get us underway in set 2. Cam Kern tried for the centre dump, doesn't go into the block, and the ball falls perfectly onto the 3-metre line. And again, that Essex defence stepping up early on.
Absolutely, that Essex block has been essential in making sure that they can shut down Durham and put pressure on them as well. Kern tried to dump it. It didn't work, but he responded very well by making sure he sealed that block and got it.
So, Shutman again, high ball toss. Again, he's going a little bit more top spin today. Boyle. Backer just passes it over, so free ball for the Rebels. Pascal through the middle, and that's why the Essex attack is so efficient. Davian Pascal and free balls go hand in hand.
Watching that, it looked to see that there was a gap in the block between Durham's outside hitter and middle, which gave Pascal the perfect route to hit an open zone. If I'm Durham, I need to close that and drive him more towards the barrel, or drive him out, or force him to go to zone 1.
That's going to make a commentary blooper reel. Boyle scrambles to it. Troy, good angle for the lefty. Ianu with the dig, and it'll be a free ball. Goes short. Wallace, a great pickup by Shudderman on the dig. Kern, little tip pass. Durham still in control of the point, and this time Shudderman can't quite control, but the athleticism from the Durham outside to keep that alive.
Absolutely. It was very impressive to see Shudderman go across, get that up with one hand, make it playable. But I will say the number 12 on Durham's side was a very smart choice to hit that spot again and force him to try to make that move twice in a row. That second time, Shudderman was unable to get that up. Kern back to serve again.
Boyle, long set to Cooper. He goes roll shot. Ewan Fraser comes off the net to play it. Good read. Shudderman and finds Wallacer, who potentially played that out of court.
It looked like
I've got a very confused.
It looked to me that Wallacer actually might have been outside the green lines and outside the court and played that ball. Instead of being inside, he might have actually had an opportunity to get that up if he would have stepped in a little bit more.
As Ianu's been almost immaculate on the serve receive, and it pays off as Jefferson, again, Essex going through the middle. Absolutely. And having success.
Essex have made it very clear that their middles are hunting in this game.
The front court hitters, every time they see it, their eyes always light up as Cooper. Again, Essex getting Ianu a lot of the ball, and the offense that wasn't quite there in set 1 is definitely clicking in set 2.
Absolutely. If we watch that back really quickly, you see the Kern connection working in full force, going back to his brother in the back row, and he swings deep into that seam and catches the passer for Durham off guard, getting the point almost immediately for the Rebels. He's going back again, seeing maybe if he can do it again.
Yeah, if you can pick up points on aces from people that don't normally pick them up when you're trying to claw back. Every little helps as Kern gets stuffed by Troy. Not the best serve receive. Shudderman into Troy. Linda's going to be able to get a decent ball for Cooper to play. Shudderman two-handed on touch 2. Recognises the Durham defense not set. Attacks and brings the Rebels to within 2.
Absolutely. We have not seen a ton of on-2 decisions being made, and that was a great choice by Shudderman to put it down and end that point early to put them at 23, 2 points closer to 25. If he wants a hot dog, I think you should probably go get one.
Nah, we're a bit busy here. We're having fun. Thomas Shutman into the block. Does that touch the line? Indeed it does. And Durham moved to set point to see the bench loving it.
Absolutely.
And Alex Porter is going to talk it over. Serve in, receive first. Shudderman overpass. Boyle tries to put it away. That ball lands on the line. You've also got Ace Backer in the front court. Hasn't seen a lot of ball, but we know he's a threat. They'll use Backer as a threat. Wallace has to wait on it. So Rebels will have a swing for the set. Kern goes over the top of the block. Well D'd up by Durham. Cooper from the pipe. Rinse and repeat.
Absolutely. As I mentioned previously to the serve, it was important to identify where Cooper was because he has been a hot hitter out of the back row, and he just proved that he can handle the pressure. He called for that set and slammed a pipe into the back row and put it in a great seam against the Rebels to score that point.
So
15 to serve for Durham.
Kern waits on it, beats the double block. Boyle and Wisnowski were over there, but no angle to slow down the leading hitter for the Rebels, Jacob Kern. So
On a play like that.
point 3, I believe, for the Rebels. Cam Kern. Boyle has to backpedal. He's going to get a decent set. Is there a touch on it? Line says no. Durham aren't appealing, and the Rebels win it 28-26. Cam Kern trying to go back to Fraser, but this time Durham block may able to make the adjustment. We'll get to look at that again.
Here.
Cooper just read it.
Cooper lined up extremely well and made sure he was pressed on Fraser, challenging him there at the net and succeeding in that battle game. 3 pass.
Durham able to keep it alive. It's going to be difficult to not give up a free ball. They can't, as Wisnowski just helps it over. Kern to Pascal. There's the connection.
Absolutely. We just mentioned that that connection was missing, and Pascal comes in for the second time in that play and puts it away. Seems to me that Cam Kern is reestablishing his middles to make it essentially hard for the Durham blockers to make a decision on who to block and where to block them. That'll be crucial for the Rebels in this set. We have Pascal back to serve.
As from the back into the hands of the block. Again, not finding the angle, not able to press enough. But it's a really tough swing. Had to run really round it to get there.
Absolutely.
Tight angle, but Cooper. Wisnowski, who's not seen a lot of the ball, but a quick middle play, killed off.
Watching that back again here, we can see number 7 go up, and the block was a tiny bit late, allowing him to hit that back corner and get a kill out of the middle for Durham, who is able to hit a roll shot and drop it in the middle of the court.
Wallace cross court, well dug out by the Rebels. Cooper into the block of Pascal, and we are tied at 10 points apiece. Damien Pascal doing what he does best.
Watching it again, you can see Pascal makes a move over and seals. He watched the middle, made sure the middle was not an option, and then went over and sealed that block with Fraser to continue for a block.
Colwell's back as a serving,
yes.
Serving with the Wisnowski's. Struggled a bit on serve through the middle on the bench. Recycle ball, that's a little bit tight, but Thomas Jefferson able to adjust. Durham again not happy with the legality necessarily
that back
of it.
You see Jefferson come in and throw.
That's
that was
clean.
a one motion. It was very clean. He was up and already ready. One motion down to the floor. That is not a lift. Great job by Cam Kern to go back to Jefferson to put it away. That they will have their right side as an option, Wallacer.
So Cooper plays it early. They're going to go back to Wallace, who's been heavy. That ball somehow squeaks over the net. Durham can't believe it. I think we're going to get a replay. Yes, we are. Durham kept it up.
Watching that back.
That is a terrific piece of defensive work. Watch Durham. You can't quite see it. They keep that ball up right there.
The pancake, absolutely. Celebrating a bit too early on the Rebel side. I believe it's a replay here.
Yeah. So 2019, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. As Thomas Jefferson with a huge dig from the middle position. Cooper off the hands. No, he doesn't get the touch.
There doesn't seem to be a touch call.
Linda makes the defensive play. Wallace, who's really struggled, gets blocked, but Durham will recycle. Fight at the net. Linda keeps it alive. Durham are going to have to put it over. Essex have a chance for a 3-point lead. Kern again down the pipe.
The Kern connection coming again. We'll be able to re-watch that here. As you can see, Kern sets his brother perfectly through that block seam. The block was there, but it was up a bit too late and hit that. You can see that his hitting percentage, Jacob Kern, through the season has been especially high, and you can see that here.
Cooper tries to keep Durham alive. Can Essex side out? They've been efficient. Pascal, game, set, match.
Absolutely. if I am Cam Kern, as you can see, they're celebrating here on their third win over Durham. The Rebels and Durham have seen each other 3 times, and every single time the Rebels have come out on top. I will say Durham did a great job fighting today. Cooper came in and made a huge difference.
Welcome back to Essex. Now joined with our player again, Jacob Kern. Jacob wasn't as clean as the last couple of victories against Durham, but found a way to get through sets 1 and 2, and that set you up for the 3-0 victory.
Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome. We played them 3 weekends in a row. We kind of figured each other out, but I mean, they're a good team. So anytime you can beat a team 3-0 and get away with the 3 points is always a good thing. So.
And obviously you talked about the battle of adjustments. What was the struggle in set 1 and 2? What did Durham change to really slow the offense down?
They were attacking some balls. They were serving really well, putting us under pressure. And they were getting good touches and kind of bringing it back to us. So once we kind of figured out their system, figured out our blocking, where we should put our defenders, and we kind of had an answer for them, and we're able to kind of turn it up a little bit in the third.
And obviously you changed your game late, trying to go down the pipe a little bit more today. Obviously nice having your brother there as well. How confident are you feeling in this offense at the moment?
Yeah, super confident. I mean, Cam's an awesome setter, so he delivers the ball in awesome locations, makes it really easy for us as attackers to swing. And then I think the attackers on the floor do a really good job of making the most of the sets. And we got some pretty sweet athletes in the gym, so we can have a pretty cool offense.
Obviously, quick turnaround now. Another tough game against Newcastle tomorrow. What are you expecting from that one?
Yeah, another tough game. We same as last week, play them Saturday, Sunday, and we had some troubles with them as well. So it'll be nice. We don't have to sleep in a hotel. We get to sleep in our own beds, but it'll be a good game. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Hopefully we can get another 3 points.
Well, we'll break a bit of news. You've gone top of the league as Mallory dropped points to Nottingham today. Nottingham won that 3-2, but awesome. We know that title race is going to come down to season. Yeah. What does this team need to do to play their best volleyball moving forward?
Yeah, I think we just need to keep focusing on us. I think we have the tools to make a deep run and win some championships, but I think if we just keep focusing on ourselves, getting better every day and practicing in the gym, then we'll be in a good spot. So,
well, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the 3-0 victory, Jacob.
Thank you, thank you.
And that will about conclude us here at the Essex Sport Arena. Final score for the men, 27-25, 28-26, 25-22 was the victory for the Essex Rebels men's team over Durham. The women earlier completed a 3-1 victory, 25-19, 23-25, 25-20, and 25-22. So a double victory for the Rebels as they push both teams towards that top 4 opportunity. Super League Live will be next back on the 22nd of February, University of Nottingham, as Nottingham play host to Newcastle on the men's side, Wessex on the women, and then we'll be back here in Essex on the 1st of March. Mallory Eagles are in town, and that, no doubt, will be huge in the race for the top spots moving forward. But from the entire team here, Ben Osborne, Alexis Diaz-Infantes, I'm Mike Huntsmice. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon for more Super League Live.